Evening all, and welcome to a new series of Timberborn beta, where we are starting afresh with some eager beavers because there has been some updates. You might be able to tell by the ground. There has been a change in the way the whole world works. Now, land requires water. As you can see here, the water here is making this land lovely and arable, so you can plant crops here and grow things, and the land here is not. It's all dying off and the trees are all dead. So you can cut the logs down, but they can't dry. You can't plant new crops there, or you can plant them, but they don't survive. As far as I'm aware, I don't know. I've not played this. I've jumped straight in to see how we're gonna do. I've picked a smaller map. I think this is Mender. The map is. It's a slightly smaller map than normal, but yeah, I think maybe it's going to be a bit better. You can see here there is also this here. There is a barrier which you can demolish, and it will cause water to flow in, which is quite a cool sort of concept. And the water over here is higher, so we could build a river along there, and then cause more land to be arable, to be the way we want it to be. We can build dams and things like that as well. There are also some new mechanics you can see up here in the top right. We have currently a wet season, which means that we're doing okay. When dry seasons come along, the water dries up, so the river will dry up and everywhere will start drying out, and all the land will die. So either you need to have loads of crops stored up ready for that, or you need to have water pump, water towers, irrigation towers, which can irrigate the land around it, as it says there. I'm basically going off the patch notes with here. I've not played this. I've jumped straight in, blind play. Not played this. You know the score by now. You know how we do things. We just jump in, and all our beavers thrive and are fantastic and never get flooded and never die of starvation. Yeah, let's start building, shall we? So first things first, we need to make sure our beavers are going to have some sort of water. So let's do that. The very first thing we're going to put in is a water pump, and I'm going to put it in here, right here, right there. And we're going to put in a small water tower which holds 30 water, and we're going to put this over here. This is a brand new building that they've added. It's just so that the water tower, I mean, this can hold a certain amount of water. I believe it says, it doesn't say how much it can hold, but it holds a small amount of water. But rather than having to walk all the way over to that, we'll just do that there. But they can't do that because they need wood, obviously. So to get wood, we need to chop down some trees. Let's do that. Manage tree dropping area. Let's just say, hey, would you drop down all the trees there? There's no point in dropping those little ones down there. And also, would you drop down the trees above? You can get there because there are stairs just there. Let's say, would you drop down all of those? Would you just drop down the lot? Down all those trees too. And those trees over there. And then we'll connect everything up with paths, because paths are needed. There is some stairs there as well. I didn't actually see those. Right there, there's some stairs. Awesome. Or a slope, I should say. Cool. Right, let's run a path along there. Where the door is to that. The door is on this side. Run a path. Oh, look at that. And then we're on a path to there. Okay, boom. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then what we also need to do is we need to put in a storage, that one there, a log pile, which I'm actually going to put over here, because I feel as if we're probably going to have this area for trees. So if I put the log pile there, that'd be a bit more central, wouldn't it? Let's do that. Let's put the log pile there. Boom. Now, eager beavers are different to other beavers. They actually work for longer. Their sleep drops slower than everyone else, so they can run for longer time. So you can actually have the time set up quite high. I think to start with, I can just set it to 24 hours because we're not fussed about stuff. We can just have it set to 24 hours, but they can usually work for about 20 hours a day and have no problems. Whereas the other beavers normally only about 16 is the best they can do. So, although you can of course push them further if you want to. That is entirely your choice. But I don't think we want to. We also would like a gathering flag. That would probably be helpful. Put one in there. There we go. Right, and turn up our builders so we get 4 builders. Let's do there. Go. Okay. And we'll let our people do our thing. Now, if I remember rightly from the patch notes, we should get a preview or a pre-warning telling us when a season is changing. So we will have time to change things, to do new stuff. So, that'll be okay. Interesting that you have no place in the range. That's fine. But you better build that log pile without a major issue. They are going to actually kind of do the pass first because they do it in order of you placing the items down. So technically they should do that first, but they can't because they have their logs. They'll do that, can't because they have their logs, and then they'll do the paths because that's the next thing I put down. So once they've done the paths, then they'll do log pile, which will be fine. We should be okay for that. I don't think, yeah, the gatherer flag is free as well, so should be okay for that. I might have to turn the beavers down to get some gathering going on early on, because otherwise we're going to fill up with actually no, that should be the first building built, actually. I think about it. Or the second building built. That should be the first. Let's speed up time all the way. Let's have a look around the map. What's going on here? So we've got water that comes in on this side, and the river slopes around and goes down this way, along here, goes down again here, along here and out this way. Okay. So we could run a river across there. That would work for us to do that. We can't really dam it off like here because it would just flood everything. If we were up on the high ground, it's fine. We could probably dam the river off and let it. But then that would dry. If we dammed it off, all this would dry out. We also have these ruins now. These are actually accessible, 120 metal. They are accessible via a scavenger hut, which I don't know. Oh, this scavenger hut and the metalworking. And as far as I know, the only thing they said that requires metal at the moment is the engine. It requires 10 metal. But that might change. Oh, the carousel requires metal. Okay, maybe that has changed. Or maybe, no, sorry, I'm misreading it. Yep, so the carousel does that, and also a monument. Yep, monument requires 300 metal. So that's what you do. You scavenge these with the scavenger hut, and they do their thing. Okay. So this can store 15 water. It used to be able to store about 90. So that's a definite thing that we need to keep an eye on. That's prioritising berry. Why has that got prioritised? Oh yeah, because there may be other materials that are added. There aren't right now that I know of. There's just the one berry bush. Yeah, but there may be in the future. There may be more berries coming on. We've still got all the standard things, the carrots and stuff like that, which we will plant at some point. Food, we have the farmhouse. So we will get food going as early as possible. Probably in this area here, actually. We'll get some carrots going on in here. See how we go. Now, as I said, we can't really plant on this land here. The crops don't grow, so that would be a major problem. The day system is slightly different. You see, instead of just having a day number, you have day 1-2. So that basically means cycle 1, which is a wet season. I don't know how many days are in a cycle. I'm not sure, but it should tell us when something bad is happening. I don't know whether it will come up with a dry season. Would be terrible early on. Would be absolutely terrible early on. But right. So food is definitely going to be the priority here. So let's pause this for a moment. So we want carrots. Carrots are the staple of all beaver diets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do that, I think. And I'm leaving this gap here because I'm thinking that's where I might run the river. Oh, actually, no, we want to run the river here, don't we? Basically there. That's okay. So we'll leave the gap here, and we'll run the river down there. That's the plan. So we'll line up with this debris here. We will blow a hole. And we'll have the water flow along here, and then down. So we've got a bit of land here for this. We're going to have the trees over here. We're going to have a bit of land over there. So that's fine. And I paused the game because then rather than planting crops on there, I can just stick. I thought I could put stuff on top of the plots, but you can't. Okay, but I can put it there, so that would be fine. We could put it right there, and that will deal with these crops here, and that would work. I could put it in the centre. Kind of want to put it in the centre of it, like up here in the centre. The other thing to blow a hole there is that I could have one on the other side. But we have, we do have these different things here, which take different time. Potatoes require a large area. Wheat does not. Wheat is quite a small area, actually, which we learned in the last episode. Nearly falling off my chair there. So let's just put a farm in on the outside of it. Let's just do that, and we'll leave that as a. Oh, there we go. Okay. We'll get going. There we go. They can do all their things. So you are going to be able to drop down to that area there. You can get all those there. That's fine. I don't really know how. I mean, you can irrigate things apparently. So the irrigation system, I assume, would be able to even do land up here. I don't know how it works. We will find out as time goes on. I'm going to run a path along there. To extend my foresters, or my woodcutters I should say. Extend that, right, and you are going to be set to prioritise carrots, and you're going to be set to planting. I've discovered with this that if you set them to harvesting, you end up with like waves of food coming in, so they will chop all the crops down, harvest them all, and then go and plant them all again, and then when they grow, they'll harvest the next lot, and then do that. Whereas if you do planting, they'll harvest the first one, and then plant it, then harvest the next ones, then plant it, and harvest the next one. Then by the time they finish harvesting the last one, the first one's kind of grown again. So you end up with a more steady food supply. So that would kind of be my recommendation, is to set them to planting instead. I mean, obviously, if you are desperate for food and you have lots of food out there, just go harvest, just grab the lot. You know, that's something you got to sort of micromanage a little bit. But generally, I would say set it to planting. That makes more sense. I'm going to turn down that. So we have another farmer, so we can get 2 farmers doing their thing. Awesome, you'll be able to chop down these trees too here. Excellent, excellent. Now we do need to kind of get some trees going early on, so we want the forester. And the forester requires science, so let's get the science chat going nice and early. And we can stick it just next to the base. I think that'll be a good enough spot for it. There we go. Everyone's working flat out to start with, because that's just how we want to do things. We still have the same lodge thing. Satisfies sleep, satisfies comfort. They have changed the terminology. Rather than the building being stackable now, it's called solid. So if a building is listed as solid, you see that white writing down the bottom there. Yellow writing down the bottom there, sorry. That means you can build on top of the building. So that's a nice, easy way to see things. See, none of them are solid. None of these are solid. Whereas like the storages, that's solid building, that's solid building. So yeah, you've got some options. Not many buildings are stackable, which I understand. It would be a bit weird if some were and some weren't. But not. It would be a bit weird if some were that had roofs and things on them. But I do feel like an upgrade would be a fantastic thing as well. You know, like you've got a farmhouse, and you could go, hey, upgrade the farmhouse. It adds another floor on top of it, because it's not a solid building. It's not a stackable building. So like you could go, hey, I want to upgrade this building, and it adds another 2 farmers to it. So you get 4 farmers, but it costs you like extra resources on top. You have to upgrade it. Maybe even something you could unlock with science. You could unlock the you get the science points, and you could go farmhouse, and just above the farmhouse you have an unlock for another one. So I don't know. I don't know what's coming next. I don't know what the developers have in mind. I think generally this is kind of the route they've gone to try and get this out for the holiday season, and we won't see any major update now for a little while, a couple of months, which is fine. I'm the Dam and Blast one came in quite quick, and then this one has come in quite quick afterwards. So yeah, I like the speed at which stuff is going. It's really good. Oh, there's a place there to break, which will flow water down here. That's quite cool. I like that. I like the little loads of ruins up there. Any more breakable places here? We've got a little slope there. No. We could quite happily blow that out and then fill this up. Should make more arable land around it. We can of course blow land up as well, so we can make rivers and canals and things. That is a thing we can definitely do. We have the dam, the levee, the explosive factory, and dynamite. Dynamite is actually, you no longer put it down, it just requires paper to make. The explosive factory themselves make the explosives, and it requires horsepower to make the explosives. So you have a new factory that does that, which I like. I like the idea of actually building the dynamite rather than just going, it's made of free paper, which is a bit strange. I don't know what paper these beavers use, but it's terrifying that it explodes like that. Okay, so we're getting some science points, we're getting some wood and stuff in, we're getting things going. Things are doing the way things should do. Everything seems awesome. It's just really a case of waiting for our science to come in and the wood to build up and the food. The food is the big thing. We really want the food to be done. It's watered and alive. Awesome. I don't know what happens if a plant is on the dry land. I don't know whether it does it instant die or does it do like what these have done here. It's drying out and will die in 7.2 days. Ah, there we go. That answers that. So if we can get water to this tree in 7 days, it will survive. But right now they're drying out and they die. Okay. So if a dry season was to come along right now, not that I could do it right now because I don't have the irrigation tower, but what I mean is that if a dry season comes along and catches you off guard, you could get an irrigation tower built in time. You just got to have enough water stored to last. Oh, that's oh, actually, because this holds 15 and that holds 30. Oh, actually, that could be a bit of a. Uses 2 water per hour, so it uses 48 water in a day, which means it would use more than a small water tank per day. That's scary. I mean, they hold 300. Having water stored everywhere is really going to be interesting. I'm going to say it right now. I predict the first dry season that comes along, we might lose at least 1 beaver. Probably just 1. No more than that. Not like I've ever starved my entire colony to death before. I've never done that. No. Stop laughing. Okay, so yeah, I think we're kind of just at the point of where I need to just let things go. We're kind of doing okay. I mean, I don't often run at 7 times speed. I'll be honest with you. I like the 3 times speed. It's quicker, but it's not so fast you miss something happening. At 7 times speed, daytime goes by very, very quickly. What do we need to unlock? Forestry, because that's going to be the first thing I think I unlock. Is that there, but that requires planks, so maybe there's no point in buying that because we actually need a carpenter to do that. And that requires power, which is going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting because if the river dries up, we're not going to have any water wheels running. So don't know how that works. I guess you're going to have to go and build the power wheel, or that's why you get the engine, because the engine doesn't require that. It outputs 200 horsepower and requires a worker, but just it uses logs. It uses 1 log an hour, so it uses 24 logs a day, which is a lot actually. If it's running 24 hours, that's actually a lot. Whoa. Okay. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Yay. It's going to be an interesting challenge. 24 logs a day is a lot. It's an awful lot, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So yeah, so there we go. There's the start of our little town. 7 days has gone by. A beaver week. No one's died, which is a miracle. So yeah, I think we will leave this one here, and we will come back next time. And I'll let this run for a bit and get some carrots and things grown, and everything can be awesome. So yeah, let me know what you'd like to see in this one. Whether you'd like to see me try something different, or whether you just want to see the new mechanics, or whether you want me to go for something a bit bizarre. Let me know. We'll see what we can do, and we'll take it from there. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope to see you again next time. Until then, as always, have fun.